So it's not necessarily the number of questions. It's more, you got to build the skill of asking more questions, digging deeper, and asking better follow-up questions to get to a certain point where you want them, right? And gathering a lot of good, valuable information, because I'm coming off this sales call fresh. So I can tell you that from experience, right? I can tell you from today's experience that, the questions that I was asking, and again, it's more vivid to me right now because I had there, and then he repeated all these things to me that he learned. So it highlighted it more for me, like from someone else's perspective, what I actually was doing. So one of the things was a lot of good follow-up questions to dig deeper, to get more ideas, some assumptions or agreeable statements. Like I said things like, is it fair to assume that your current environment and your family aren't conducive to helping you get the results you want? It's like, yeah, that's very fair. That's very accurate. I was like, okay, so like making these assumptive statements, like letting them know, I understand where you're at. I get it. Like digging deeper. Like at one point I said something like, I want to be very transparent with you because I'm not here to tell you what you want to hear. I'm here to tell you what you need to hear. But before I do that, I don't want to overstep. Do I have your permission? She was like, yes, you have my permission. I was like, okay, great. I want to make sure that I have your permission to do that because I want to be transparent with you and I'm here to really help you. So I need to tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. So here's the reality. And then I got into whatever I was going to say. So like things like that, right? Like these conversational pieces that are in between the questions, right? Like this is what's going to make you great, man. It's not the script. It's not the structure. It's not the question. It's not the sales presentation. It's the in-betweens. It's the hardest thing to teach in sales. Like I'm good at explaining my thoughts, explaining my methods, teaching sales. I'm sure you would agree with that. You've been on my calls for so long now. We've worked together. I think you would agree. Like I'm good at teaching. I spent 3 to 5 years building these sales teams, and that's where I learned it because I was running morning sales meetings every single day, 6 days a week, where I was teaching, role-playing with people, putting things on the whiteboard and explaining it, and like really putting everything that I knew and did on paper and teaching teams of people. That's where I developed the skill. So I would say I'm good at it, but it's so hard to teach some of the intangibles. And those things I still haven't exactly figured out. Like there are things that make me who I am and help me close deals that aren't just tangible. Like say this thing, say this line. That's why like after 4 years of working with me, being trained by me, it was his first ever sales job when he came to work with us. So he met me. That's all he knows, right? So he's got a lot of like good training by me for the past four or 5 years or whatever. But he was on this call and he was just mind blown, impressed. He was hyped up because he got to see it in action. And a lot of the things that you see happen in real life in action don't happen in teaching, don't happen in like the script. We have to be live talking so I can show how I would actually build rapport with somebody, how I can actually push and pull and ask the right questions and get more info, how I can actually handle the objections, how I keep it light.